All right, folks, we are here with, I would say, the second installment, but they're not really linked to each other. Other
no one's
than
gonna
the
watch
fact,
the first one anyway.
yeah, nobody's gonna watch this one.
Nope.
But anyway,
Just me.
we're doing our comic book haul video.
Yep.
You know, every now and then we go and pick up some comics.
Yeah, we finally found a local store.
I'm not gonna say they're consistent on their pools because you've been getting some shit you didn't even put on your pool.
Yeah, this is a good point. I only added a few comics to my thing, and I got Suicide Squad number 18, I believe.
For some reason,
I didn't order that one. Also, not great.
I will say that I haven't even gotten like the majority of them, and I did get
one Riverdale
issue that I didn't put on any list.
Apparently, it is on our list though.
I mean, it's not, so I'm never gonna get more of those. I didn't get this month's, so there you go.
That's pretty cool.
So that's cool. But anyway, we got some comics anyway. I used to be a voracious comic reader and collector, but that went out the window when they took all my comics too.
True.
So I'm kind of rebuilding some collections, but I'm really not.
No.
I just kind of gave up on some collections because they're fucked. So I started collecting new stuff, and hopefully that goes well. But you have some new collections and some collections you've been continuing. What'd you get today?
Yeah. Now today we went to Target on the search for the Mad Balls, which are horribly understocked.
Yep. No Mad Balls, but you got some.
I got some The Flash.
That's
from
right.
The new
Some
52,
The Flash
from the New 52. I haven't read it obviously.
Yeah. New 52 Volume 1.
I really like Flashpoint, which led into this, I believe. And I really got into Flash because of the show of all things.
Yeah, I think a lot of people. Let's
really
just say that the Flash wasn't exactly the high point of anything.
I mean, he was cool occasionally.
Yeah, I mean, he was alright.
Yeah,
he was kind of like a better Aquaman or
those
something.
Names though, those villain names.
Yeah, worst villain names in the history of mankind.
Woo.
But speaking
of Piper,
of awful names and things you were searching for, you also got this turd fest.
I got the Mad Balls series 3 and 4.
Number 3.
I also got 2 copies of number 4 because I'm an idiot and I didn't see the numbers. Can't find 1 and 2.
Yeah. So this
they're
basically
not great.
Yeah, it's basically a kid's comic.
It's a kid's comic.
It's like the type of comic you would read if like you bought some gum and it had comic
they had it
strip.
In there like Bazooka Joe shit.
Pretty much that, only with boogers and shit.
Yeah. Now, I will say the one you read, it was terrible. It was a freaking piece of shit. Number 3.
Yeah.
Woo! Number 4 is a lot better, but still not great.
Not great. So there you go. If you like Mad Balls, don't read the comics, because fuck.
I mean, they're nice. They're nice to look at, but woo!
That ain't saying much.
Nope. We got in continuation of our previous.
Yeah. Now, I was the Hellblazer collector.
Yeah.
Because I used to love, I still do, of course, the Vertigo series, but that's gone now. You informed me that Constantine is now part of the regular universe.
They rebooted him once as Constantine the Hellblazer. Didn't get a lot of love from longtime fans.
Well, that's a stupid title to begin with.
It's not
Constantine
good.
the Hellblazer?
I believe it's that. It might just be Constantine, but I think it's John Constantine Hellblazer.
That's pretty lame.
And it was supposed to be kind of like less dark, more... It's supposed to be his early years or some shit. And then there, of course...
Which is... See, that kind of... When you told me that kind of bugged me because his early years were like... I would say reckless and dark, whereas later he was kind of conniving and dark. His early years he was reckless and dark. There was no like lighter moments.
I don't understand. I mean,
I guess I can't blame the fans.
It wasn't well received, and then they rebooted it as just the Hellblazer. Then of course New 52 came along, and now it's restarted again.
Yeah. So this one's supposed to be good. You haven't read them yet.
No, because I'm missing one.
There you go. You gotta. I don't know, some fucking issues. There was a misprint in one of these.
Yes,
this is supposed to be parts 1 through 5. You're missing one in there, but part 5 is labeled as part 2 for some reason.
Yeah, and it was very confusing to me. I was like, "What the hell's going on here?"
So that's interesting. Let me know how that is when you read it. But this you have read,
yes,
and you've raved about it.
Now this is the new series. We'll get
get to that right now.
Let me bring that up. You want me to bring that up right now?
I think you should bring that up.
Now this is the one I've read. I'm missing issue 1 and 2, but I'm going to get that very soon.
I'm going to get these suckers out of the way here for you.
These are... Oh, shit.
He's talking IDW's Judge Dredd.
Yeah, their kind of reboot run. It's so good. It's like he wakes up hundreds of years, maybe even 1,000. I don't remember. It's a bunch of years after Mega City has fallen. Has to figure out what happens. Some weird shit happens, and then there's some like bad. That's just really good.
This is the worst summary I've ever heard in my life. By the way, some weird
shit happens.
Some shit happens, and then some more shit happens.
Some bullshit. It's really good though. Now I will say the first like 4 or 5 issues, it takes a little while to get into the flow of things, especially because you have to get used to Dread in this new setting. But once it gets going, it's really good. And that leads me to, if you don't mind, I will continue, the Blessed Earth, because this ended. And now it's a new series that continues 10 years after the previous series. And it is really good. It is like a mixture of a Western film, Mad Max, and Dread. It's really good. It's him trying to reestablish the law in this world that is lost, and all the people from Mega City 1 have come back through story means, and it's just kind of a mess, and he's trying to figure out everything and trying to rebuild the judges, and it's really good.
Yeah, as you explained to me, it sounded pretty damn great. I'm gonna have to read that. You even threw in that there was some parallels to Moses and his writing of the law and stuff like that, which intrigued me a lot.
And it really shows a different side of Dread, where he is Dread in like the cold asshole, but he does end up growing to care about people, but he's still Dread and he can't change who he is, so he's still an asshole. But it's very interesting the way they did it. Really good.
Okay, so the thing we've learned from that is never let the Goontick summarize anything.
Nope. But
you did get this also.
I am better than Rogue Trooper.
Okay, well, you just kind of reinforced that previous comment. But anyway,
I was gonna say I was better than the Guardian, but I forgot his name. Yes, Rogue Trooper Classics. These are just reprints of old classic comics released by IDW. I think there's only 8. I'm missing a few.
That's pretty awesome. And then you got the reboot of
Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt. Now we're big Crypt fans here.
We're massive Crypt fans.
How did this hold up?
First of all, I want to say, now I know this is an indie release, right?
Yeah.
But you gotta have some enough of these comics to go around. The second issue is impossible to find. It's pissing me off. That being said, this issue,
I'm gonna wait before you even get to it. I'm gonna say this cover is awful.
It's not great. There is better covers. There's 4 covers.
There's alternate covers, but this one's terrible.
It's not good. But as I told you, the first story is good. It borders on parody though, like it's almost too ridiculous, but it's good. The second one is weird, but I really like it.
Okay.
The third one,
stinker.
Whoa! That was terrible. It made 0 sense, and it just kind of ends. Like you get the build. If you ever read a Tales from the Crypt, you get a build up of someone you hate, and then they get their comeuppance, right?
Yeah.
This one, you get the build up, and then they're like, "Oh shit, we have to end this. We only have 1 page. Throw everything at it, and it sucks ass."
And by throw everything at it, he means werewolves.
There's a werewolf.
That makes no sense.
There's a werewolf and a gypsy.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Well, I got to read that.
Now, unfortunately, that is the final story, and there's only 3. So it kind of leaves you with a... Ugh. But it's not bad. It's good.
It leaves you with a whiff. You heard it here first, folks.
I haven't read the second one because they didn't print enough of these turds and can't find them.
Yeah. That's a shame.
Yep.
But hey, it's back, I guess.
Right? I also like how they're not releasing like they're supposed to.
I'm not even going to mention what's in the back. Next.
That's true, man. We got Batman
you got some Batman Beyond. You haven't read those yet because you don't have enough issues.
Nope.
But let us know. Are they cool? Are they not cool?
Now, speaking of some good EC, this is an old one though. I don't know why I brought it.
Yeah. That's how a cover for Tales from the Crypt or EC related thing's supposed to look.
That's probably the best one I own. This was a Man Thing in the back, but cares about Man Thing. Swamp Thing's
now you did find this. We thought it was the original Peter David Future Imperfect storyline.
I don't think it is.
But it's definitely not. Now, look, there's a reason we're kind of confused about this because we've kept away from Marvel for a while. And while we try to get back into it recently, we found out that Marvel is complete shit nowadays.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
So they're even worse than Marvel, that series from back in the early 2000s nowadays. So that's pretty bad. But this happened before the current Marvel slate.
Yeah.
And it is Peter David, and apparently it's a new version of Future Imperfect. So this will be interesting to find out more about.
Found it all for pretty cheap. And then we got another Rogue Trooper, but on the other side we got a...
That's a cool cover. That's a cool alternate.
I really like that
Very
cover.
reminiscent of the old 2000 AD comics.
It's really good.
But
we got this baffling piece of comic.
yeah.
Now, it is apparently IDW is doing a Funko universe in which some of their licenses like Ghostbusters, X-Files, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, get this one, Strawberry Shortcake, and Judge Dredd have been Funkoized.
Yeah.
They're one-shots, and this one, it wasn't bad. It's kind of, think of like the Mad Balls. It's a kid's comic, but at least this one was entertaining.
Yeah. I mean, the cover looks nice.
Yeah, I love the cover, really. That's a cover book.
Yeah, pretty
It's not
much.
great.
It's a novelty item, really.
Yeah, it really is.
I will say this. He went into a room and came out like a minute later and said, well, I'm done reading it.
It literally said, that was a quick read.
So that's interesting. All right. Pretty impressive. Now, I have said that I was a comic collector, but things went awry. Obviously, I lost a lot of my collection, so I'm just kind of picking up sticks wherever I can go.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had to start to want to get this.
This was a pretty good stick you picked up, I gotta say.
Shirtless Bear Fighter, the comic.
Number one. Obviously.
Number one. So I'm hoping to get more of these as they continue, if they continue. Because this was hilarious.
He left you with a massive boner.
Yeah, this was awesome, man. If you want to see a naked, brooding, hairy man fight
pitch.
bears, this is the comic for you. No, but it is actually hilarious. Great action. I mean, that's kind of weird, right? He's fighting fucking bears, for crap's sakes. But apparently the bears are up to something.
There's literally a bear
What?
plane.
Oh, well, we'll find out in the next issue.
No.
But, yeah, hilarious.
Bear plane. We should add that to a pro. Oh, wait, we probably won't ever get one.
Yeah.
Now, on the other side, we got...
Now, on the other side, I found an issue of Afterlife with Archie, number 4. Look, I know you've gone to the stores, like a supermarket, and you always see those little Archie digests, and you wonder, who the fuck buys these things? This shit is not funny.
Answer is old people.
Answer is, yeah, old people
You.
and me. I'm one of those guys that buys the digest. Now, just to be clear here, I never think they're funny. I actually think they're horrible.
They're pretty bad.
But there's something about Archie that comforts me. Maybe it's the nostalgic effect to an era that is idealized in America.
I think it's important we stress that this is before Riverdale.
Oh, yeah.
Before Archie was sexy.
Right now, Archie is the Haps. Riverdale is actually a pretty great series. And, the Haps is not the Haps. So,
No.
But right now, Archie's kind of on fire. But I liked him before he was on fire, The corny-ass fucking piece of shit comic books that are not funny at all, except for, maybe in that aw shucks kind of way. But I liked it. But then they released this thing. Afterlife with Archie was a genuine horror comic that uses the characters, and they're great. Man, they're good. They're just great.
I'm kind of known to shit on Archie.
He is.
Not because I hate it, but because it's, for all the reasons you said, it's not really good.
Yeah. he rags on me all the time because of Archie.
No, I don't hate Archie. I actually used to read them, the ones you had.
I think everybody's read an Archie. They just don't admit it.
Somehow, like, a newborn child has read Archie somehow.
Yeah.
But you made me read this one.
Yeah.
I was like, well, it's Archie the Doe. But, I sat at the Barnes & Noble and read it all because I'm one of those douchebags. Not really, this is the only time I've done it. And it was really good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
It's good. Now, it is noteworthy to mention that the writer of Afterlife with Archie is also writing another series called The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which is, again, a legitimate horror comic, but this one leaning towards more of the satanic panic of the 70s, influenced by witch films and stuff like that, obviously, because she's a witch. Mm-hmm. And also excellent. And he's also the guy that is in charge of Riverdale. So we hardly get new issues of stuff.
Sucks ass.
Because he's really doing a lot of stuff. But when they come out, they're awesome. And this is just an issue that I didn't have, and it's awesome. Now I have it. Cool. But the whole series is great. Check it out. We're not shilling for Archie Comics because who the fuck would do that? But yeah, man, it's actually worth your money. Go check that out.
Yeah.
But speaking of Archie,
Maybe we should get sponsored. They could pay us in
Yeah.
digests.
But the moment we cuss, we're out of there. So fuck that.
Oh, shucks.
Oh, gee golly whiz. Juggy, I guess.
Apparently I'm Juggy now.
I have taken to collecting since my old collections have been depleted and
What
or
a weird route you've gone down.
yeah. Instead of going back to Marvel or DC, I never really was a Marvel or DC guy.
Yeah.
I did like stuff from them, but I wasn't big on them. I was more indies and Vertigo and horror stuff. But yeah, I've gone a weird route. Now the Afterlife with Archie we can understand because there's horror influences, and let's face it, a bear fighting naked man is also understandable.
All right.
Always. But I have taken to the new Archie series, and this is not the old Archie where you get these hammy little quick stories, and that's it. Oh, what will the gang do next? They're kind of like these long.
They always end, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
Well, that happened.
That was a thing.
But yeah, the new Archie was launched a few years back, and we got the Archie line, we got Betty and Veronica, Reggie, and stuff. But they're actually like these, drawn out storylines, and it's teen melodrama. But for some reason, I fucking dig it, man. So I bought Betty and Veronica #1.
Yeah.
Which I think the cover's great, by the way. There's something about these two that are, well, fuck it. I wish they were my problem, And #2, again, pretty great cover. Look, Marvel, when Archie's beating you at covers, Marvel.
That's bad.
Something's fucking
when
wrong.
Archie Comics is better than Marvel,
Yeah. Their paper stock is amazing.
It really is, actually.
Their art. Look, Diversity in Comics. Go check his channel out. He's pretty great.
Oh,
but he always shout out to him. Maybe you'll fucking see this. But
yeah, right.
And shout us out. But yeah, he's noted that Marvel's quality sucks. Even their paper stock is sucking now. But he said that their art looks like Archie comics. Well, irony of irony, Archie's art does not look like Archie comics anymore. This is #3, the Veronica cover, and here's the Betty cover.
Oh, you got bugged?
I had to, man. BMV are my gals.
Woo.
They're not, but
Woo.
but the point is their art is actually fantastic, and it fits with the material. So don't expect, of course, these dynamic splash pages, but it fits with the material and it looks great. So Marvel, what the fuck? Archie's beating you? You suck, Marvel, nowadays. But I also got the Riverdale tie-in series. That's the one shot, which has this great kind of like Usual Suspects cover. And yeah, the Riverdale series in general, I've been getting it. It just ties into the show, and the show, like I said, I like. And of course, I had to get the Archie series. I got all those. That's pretty awesome. Great covers. Very reminiscent of the old stuff, but with new material.
I want to interject here. You have your guilty pleasure. I didn't bring it, but I did buy it.
Okay.
You have your guilty pleasure in Archie.
Clearly.
Mine is Popeye.
Popeye, the Sailor Man?
Yeah. He lives
not the man with the missing eye that lives next door?
No, not that guy.
Okay.
That guy's weird.
He's
Show
cool
me his
guy.
thing once. Anyway. Child molestation aside. I bought the newer IDW. It's not new. It's like 2012, I believe. Newer IDW.
Still running though, right?
No, unfortunately it ended.
Okay, so this is irrelevant. But
I bought it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I bought, and I kind of have a rant to say to someone. That made no sense. I bought the Popeye run from IDW, which is really good. It is. Imagine Archie, only I find it fun. If that makes any sense. It has issue 3, I believe, has a very Three Stoogian plot in there where you could just swap out Wimpy with Curly and you'd be like, yeah, this is perfect. It's really good. Really fun.
Yeah, I've heard great stuff about it's new material, but it's very reminiscent of the old.
Yeah,
right?
it is very. It is. If you read the introduction, they speak about them wanting to use aspects from every incarnation. Yeah, incarnation of Popeye, and they really do. He is more like rough, but he also is like he's very wholesome. Like he never actually smokes. It's just he chews on it.
Well, that's just a violation. I refuse to read it if he doesn't smoke. Said every other comic fan ever in the history of man.
So yeah, it is very a great melting pot of all the versions. I don't know if I use that word properly, but I use it better than the Guardian. But this is where I kind of have to rant. I bought it from Amazon.
Okay.
It said it was in like new condition, and I wish I brought it, but I'm an idiot and I didn't. Like new? That shit was falling apart.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I
saw
opened
that.
it, and like pages literally flew at my face.
Yeah.
So that sucks. But
That
the
was
book
bad.
is book. The book is good.
Yeah. So that that's I gotta read that because
Yeah, you'll probably like it. I mean,
yeah,
you like Archie.
I love. Yeah, there you go. But speaking of silly crap,
Yeah.
DC released these weird one shots. Jonah Hex and Yosemite Sam,
Yeah, that's
Lobo and Roadrunner. Now I haven't read these two, but I did read Batman and Elmer
You
Fudd.
read it and you needed to find this book.
Yes, I was on a fucking hunt for it, and then I couldn't. I mean, there's no shop had it, and you asked, and they gave it to you, and I was like, oh, defeated.
We asked.
We went to every shop ever in the history of mankind
We
to
asked
find another
we
copy.
asked our boy, our hookup. Not really, he's just a guy. And supposedly he had to take it out of his stash because it was the only one they had.
Yeah.
Supposedly it sold pretty quickly.
So apparently somebody really loves
Literally,
that idea.
a guy in front of us was asking for the exact same book. We just beat him.
And here's the thing, folks. This is crazy good. Imagine if Frank Miller wrote a fucking story where these two characters could feasibly meet each other in the dankest places of Gotham City. And it fucking works. It's crazy, but it works. Now, I don't know how these other two will do. We'll let you know or whatever. We won't.
No.
But, yeah. So that was interesting.
So that's how you do a crossover Marvel.
Now, yeah, no shit. What? Really, look. Really? All
Looney Tunes?
This was, and again, Diversity in Comics pointed this out. This was DC going, how can we beat Marvel yet again? Because they're fucking up, and we're not. Now, before every movie fan in the world
Yeah, go
says,
to hell.
look at the Marvel movies, we love the Marvel movies, but we also love the DC
Marvel
movies. We're not going to jump on the hate the
No,
DC movies bandwagon, because there's nothing to hate so far.
Plus, we gotta add that that's despite us disagreeing that Marvel's beating DC in the movies, that is the only field that they're beating DC in.
Yeah, DC's
Everything else on fleek.
DC's getting them
Yep.
everywhere, especially in the Marvels. What the fuck?
The Marvels.
In the comic scene, they're doing it. But speaking of DC, and I told you I loved Vertigo. This was really the gem of the day for me. I actually found Joe R. Lansdale's. Now this is all 5 issues of Joe R. Lansdale's follow-up to Two Gun Mojo with Jonah Hex and these writers of the Worm and such. And Joe R. Lansdale, if you don't know, is a legendary horror writer and mystery writer. And he writes, I mean, if you've seen the movie Bubba Hotep, he wrote that, or he's responsible for that. He just writes crazy, weird, fun stuff. And I couldn't believe it, man. $20 for
Yeah, it's pretty good.
and they're the original issues. So that's nuts to me. That's awesome. But anyway, that was our comic haul.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say that was a success.
Yeah.
This video, on the other hand, kind of sucks.
It just kind of ended, didn't
Just
it?
kind of petered out,
Yep.
like my sex life.
Much like Marvel.
Yep. And there you have it, folks. But anyway, let us know, what comics should we get? Should we review comics? Should we throw comics out the window?
Should we shut the hell up?
Yeah, which is probably what's going to go on. But anyway, subscribe, like. If you like us, like us. If you don't, well, then don't like us. But leave comments. We interact.
Tell the garden he stinks.
Yeah, check out the Guardian will be joining us for something somewhere along the way. I don't even
Orgies,
fucking know. But we got some wrestling reviews, some movie reviews coming up, and some other junk. I don't know when. But check that out, folks. Thanks. This has been Ahab, and this is the Goon Tick signing out.